All right, so let's take a little tour through Travelogue. What you're looking at here is the Travelogue homepage. We've got navigation up here. Our navigation is a little slim right now as this is just a preview for you, but we want to walk you through it so you can kind of see what we're building this up to be. Okay, the first thing we have up here is take a tour. This is where you can go, and it's just going to show you a quick walk around. There we go. It's going to show you a quick walk around of what to expect on a page. So here you're going to have the resort video. Here's where the image carousel is going to be. This is going to be your blocks of copy, resort images, your amenity grid, and the map location. So that's just kind of a quick introductory to what the page is like. So let's go back to the home. All right, so you can see at the top here we've got really nice, big, beautiful header images. This is a great place for us to highlight some destination photography. We can also throw some videos in here. This is one of our someday getaway videos for Cancun. You can watch it right within the header. You can also double click on it and it'll show up in its own window and you can watch it here. Just click it and you watch it right within the video. You can control the volume here and you're good to go. The great thing about this is you don't have to link to a YouTube video. There's not another pop-up window. You stay within the Travelogue site the whole time. So as we go down, you're going to see our current Travelogue titles. For right now, for this preview, we've got a curated collection of Mexico and Caribbean for both Apple Vacations and Travel Impressions. As we grow Travelogue, more titles are going to populate in this area. Coming soon, this is a little bit of what I talked about earlier. We're going to do some specialty titles. We'll be able to highlight some regions such as Cancun or Jamaica, Hawaii, maybe even over in Europe and Greece. So those will be dedicated to specific destinations. And then we're going to have some titles that are just based on the way people like to vacation. So maybe a special collection on weddings, family adventures, something for the more adventurous traveler who wants to do some scuba diving, maybe somebody for golf outings. So really the world is kind of open here as to what we can create for these specialty packages and for these Discover the World packages. So that's basically what our homepage is going to look like, and as we grow, it's just going to become more and more populated as we add more titles. So let's take a look at one of the titles. Let's go into Mexico for Apple Vacations. All right, it's going to load with your cover, and here's our toolbar up here. Let's take a quick look at the toolbar really quick. Just your basic things we have up here, your zoom, you can zoom in, you can zoom out. This is for thumbnails. Thumbnails will show up at the bottom to kind of give you a quick overview of what's coming up in case you want to zip around like that. Say you're in this section, like I want to skip this whole section. I'll go here and find out what the next section is there. And it'll take you right to wherever you need to go. This is the table of contents. Table of contents is accessible wherever you are within the publication. It populates over on the side here, and there are no page numbers because you don't really need them anymore. You just go to wherever you want to go. So you can say, maybe I just want to discover Cancun. So I'll go to the Cancun page for the first, and then I see all the resorts listed within the Cancun section. So instead of just flipping through Cancun, now I can go I want to go right to this one. And there I am. So the table of contents then will always be here. It takes you all the way from the cover and the intro about Apple Vacations all the way down to terms and conditions and everything in the back of the book. So that's the table of contents. Arrows, these are just quick arrows. The big one will take you to the first page. Big one will take you to the last page, and then these closer to the page numbers will just flip by page. You can also just enter a page. If you remember you wanted to go to page 33, just enter it, and you're right at page 33. This is volume, so when you're playing a video, you can control, say you're flipping through and you don't want the sound to go off, you can turn that sound off, turn the sound on. So when you're playing videos, you'll hear the sound right within the video. Once the video is open, you can also control the sound right here on the sound bar. Once the video is open, you can also do a full screen like this. You can exit full screen by clicking it again. You can also do a picture-in-picture. So you could have the video playing down here, close this window, and then you can continue to flip through the book while the video plays down here. Just kind of a handy little tool for the multitaskers out there. This is our print window. I'm going to do that one last because that one I want to walk you through a whole printing of how to print curated selected pages. So we'll do that at the very end. This is the download button. If you click on that, it's going to let you download the whole title. So it'll pop up in a separate window. You can click the download button here and it'll download the whole preview to your desktop. Or you can click the print button here, which will allow you to print it as a PDF, which is the same as the download. Or you could select your home printer. This happens to be my home printer. It's going to tell you how many sheets of paper you're going to need, and you could go ahead and print a paper version of it if you'd like. And then just close that window and you're back to the publication. This just allows for full screen and then exit full screen. Search function over here works as any other search function on the internet. You type in a word and it finds that word wherever you need it to show up. So say you're looking for jacuzzi in room. Type that in. Over here, you're going to see every place that jacuzzi in room shows up. And then you can just click right to that page. It'll take you right to it. Take you right to it. All right, so that's how the basic toolbar works. So now that we know how the toolbar works, let's take a look at the front of the book. So I'm going to hit front to go all the way back. In the beginning, and this will be the same on Travel Impressions, I'm just using Apple because I've got that one open. It's going to be a little story about Apple, just a little brand story they've included. Then there's going to be a page that tells you about how to use the Travelogue. You know, why we did Travelogue, what to look for. And then we're going to get into our programs and partners. So we've got a page on Amstar. If you want to learn more about Amstar, you just click on it and you go right to Amstar. Here we have a table of contents. Again, just pick what you want and you go right back to it. All right. Explanation of the ratings. This is all stuff that we're all used to seeing in the regular catalogs. It's all still here. Things on Travel Protection Plus. Again, once they read about it, you can click through here. This is still a prototype. When this goes live, you'll be able to see these. I'm doing this a few days ahead of time, so we're still working through the prototype. But this will click through. Same on Trip Trust. So all of the programs are there, and then we get into the heart of the destinations and the resort titles. So I picked one that has just about everything we want to walk through. So I'm going to walk you through the page right now. These are the hot spots we talked about. Where you see one of these pulsating circles, that lets you know there's more content. So up here, Iberostar has selected to turn this header image into a hotspot. So we click on that and an image carousel comes up where they show more images. Just shut it off with a click in the corner. Again, with the room selection, they've decided to add more rooms, so you click on the hotspot and you see more room pictures. They did not elect to put a video here, so if there isn't a video, it'll just be another photo. They have elected to, down here at the bottom, there's always going to be 3 images here, but if they want to add more images, they can put a hotspot there. The hotspot shows up, and you can click through the images. Over here, you can see a video has been included. So you click on the video shows up right there. Again, we talked about how you can control the volume right within. You're done, just click it closed. This is the additional hotspot I talked about where you can add an ad or an announcement or any sort of other information that doesn't really fit the page template. They've decided to add an ad, so ad shows up there. They also have the room images, so there's several room images that pop up. And here's the amenity grid, so you can quickly see what I like about this. Everything is in it's the same grid on every page. So say I just want to look at bars for a while. So this one has 5 bars. If I kind of keep my eye there, I go here, oh, this one has 27 bars. You can quickly see, you know, as you're flipping through really quick, how many bars each one has. If that's something that's important to me and I just want to kind of take a quick assessment in that particular location of just what has the most bars or the restaurants, if that's something that I'm really wanting to hone in on. Another fun thing here we have at the bottom of the amenities grid is the location on the map. So it used to be there would be a number here and you'd have to go back to the front of the section and find the map in the front of the Cancun section and then match up the number to the map. No more. Now we just click on this hotspot, the map shows up, and the big blue circle shows you where this resort is in the general vicinity on the map. And that's basically how all the pages work. So let's talk about a couple of the unique features. I want to talk about bookmarks and printing. So as you're going through this, say you've got a client that you're looking through this for, and you want to bookmark a few pages. So you get to this page and you're like, this looks like a good one. Let's just pretend you're booking me a vacation. So you're going to type in Flynn Vacation on the bookmark, or you can just type Flynn. You know it's a vacation. The add 36, add 37, these are always going to be your left-hand page and your right-hand page. You can see them up here as well, but they set them up pretty nice. It's just left-hand and right-hand. So I want to add page 36. You can color code these. I'm going to leave the Flynn. I think this is a go for Flynn, so I'm going to leave it as green. I lost the green. All right. So I'm good with that. I want page 36. You can see now this Flynn bookmark comes up right here on this page. So I can close my bookmarks. I'm going to flip a few more pages. You know, maybe Flynn wants to go to Los Cabos. So I think this one looks good for Flynn. I'm going to bookmark that too. So I'm going to click my bookmarks again, add Flynn, and this time I want this page, so I'm going to do page 43. And it's going to show up on this side. I'm going to keep flipping, and I can keep this bookmark thing open or closed. It's going to save them. I can do whatever I want there. So I do a few more. It's like I'm going to add one more. I think I'm going to add page 46. So again, I'm going to type in Flynn, and I'm going to add page 46. So those are the 3 I really want to send to Flynn. So that's what I'm going to make a little curated book. Before I send that out, I'm going to go to the front. I'm going to make sure that I include the title or the cover, which is page 1. You know, I also want to make sure that Flynn understands that Amstar is an option. So I'm going to bookmark, I'm going to call this Amstar, and I'm going to add page 5 to that too, because I want to make sure that Flynn books some excursions through Amstar. I also really want to remind old Flynn about the Travel Protection Plus. So I'm going to bookmark page 8. And I want him to know that they're going to be safe, to check everything through Trip Trust. So I'm going to add page 9. All right, so that's going to be my book that I want to send to Flynn. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up to print, and I'm going to do a print range. I don't want to print the current page because that would just print the 2 pages that are showing. And I don't want to print all pages because that's going to be the whole book. I want to do a range of just what I want to send to Flynn. Luckily, I got it all over here. So I got page 5, I got page 8, I got page 9, 36, 43, and 46. Those are the pages I want for this particular client. So I'm going to hit print. It's going to come up. I don't want to print to my home printer because I want to send this to Flynn through the email. Oh, you know what I forgot? I think I want to send Flynn a cover. So I'm going to go back, and I know the cover's on page 1, so I'm just going to add page 1. Okay, now I'll hit print again, and I got save as a PDF. This is if I wanted to print it to paper, I'd select my home printer. This is a PDF. Now we're going to go, I want portrait, that's what it looks like here. Now we're going to go down to settings really quick, do a letter size. I'm going to do 1 per page. My margins are going to be default. It's going to look like this. The scale, you can customize this. If you want to do 2 pages up, you could do that. If you want to do 25%, you could do them really small. I would always go with the default and give the full page. Headers and footers is up to you. Headers and footers will show the date, the name of the publication, the URL, and how many pages it is. You can turn that on or off depending on if you want to show it or not. That's up to you. And then I just hit save, and I'm going to call this Flynn, Mexico, and say I want to go in January of 2021, put that in there. Go to my desktop where I want to save it, save the book, and it's right over here on my desktop. So I open up, and there are all the pages that I want just to send to Flynn. And we are good to go. Now you can just save this and you can email it. You can send it to him through Facebook. You can, whatever you'd like. Then you can keep these bookmarks if you want. You can go ahead and delete them. Sometimes for all titles, you might want to keep the Amstar or the Trip Trust. So just keep those bookmarked forever. And you can add them to whatever client's vacation you want to add them to. And that, in a nutshell, is Travelogue. So I think you can really see how much more we're offering here with Travelogue. And we hope you're as excited as we are to share these titles with your clients. You share them on email, share them on social media. Just really dig in there, play around with it, get to know it, and hope this is your new destination for selling these fantastic vacations. All right, thanks.